It's the National Football League on EA Sports as we get set for a Super Bowl 48 rematch. It's the Broncos and the Hawks under the lights on Monday night.
We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the Soto District of Seattle.
Tonight it's our first Monday night game of the new season, and we've got a good one coming up between the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, welcoming you to the end of Week 1 of the 2022 season. And the appeal for this one, it's obvious. No surprise it's been saved for primetime, CD. These two franchises involved in a blockbuster deal in the offseason that, of course, dealt that quarterback from Seattle to Denver, and now he gets to face his former team.
That quarterback, Russell Wilson, and his first game back in Seattle, his biggest deal, making sure he goes to the proper locker room. Let's face it, Denver had to have a quarterback. We're used to this franchise being one of the best ones in the NFL. 5 straight losing seasons despite talented rosters. Seattle, they experienced their first losing season last year since 2011, going 7-10. As we begin this new season, high expectations for both, but both with major differences leading their squads.
The first of 2 here on a Monday night, the opener for these two teams as we're underway on EA Sports.
And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Get a look at this Seahawk offense as they come out there, and the quarterback brought in as part of that big offseason trade, now in his 4th NFL season, Drew Lock.
It wasn't the easiest of times in Denver for Drew Lock, who was unseated after a single 4-win season as the Broncos started. The Russell Wilson trade sent him to a fresh start and a starting opportunity with the Seahawks. Maybe a change of scenery is exactly what's needed to bring the potential out of the former second-round pick.
Let's go.
Throwing right away, here's Locke. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1, a lot more to go. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Here's Locke. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he'll take it across midfield and down the 48-yard line.
So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT.
On the counter, here's Williams. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down.
These fans here in Seattle getting the chance to see Russell Wilson play his first game for a franchise other than theirs. In Russell's 10 seasons in a Seahawk uniform, he went 104, 53-1 in the regular season, threw for over 37,000 yards, almost 300 touchdowns. A Pro Bowler 9 of his 10 seasons with the Seahawks, and of course led them to victory over, ironically, the Denver Broncos in Super Bowl 48.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
And the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw.
That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
They run it again with Williams.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I go right at him with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them, because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop him on 3rd down.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Melvin Gordon.
His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are on the board here first in the season opener. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run coming from Melvin Gordon. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the 27, Locke setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Locke. Short throw to Disley, and they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Walker now on 1st and 10. He's got it to the 43 here.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing now is Locke. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. Past the 20. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year. Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
McManus now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From the 6. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Locke going to throw. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. Looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down inbounds.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now Locke. And that is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wilson, he finds his man, complete. That's Beck. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Wilson. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards on the play.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They go play action now. Wilson on the move to his left.
That's complete. It's Okuwebunam.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Javonte Williams.
A 21-yard touchdown run.
And the Broncos are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Lock this to the sideline and over everybody. Incomplete. No flags forthcoming, though. Maybe a break there. That looked like a clear throwaway to me.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Bradley Chubb from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
They came real straight up.
ground to cover here for Locke and the Seahawks. 3rd and long after that sack. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Denver Broncos back out there. Former Tar Heel Javonte Williams, we shine the spotlight on him. It may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. Escaping the pressure right. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. On 1st down, Wilson steps away to his left, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Darrell Taylor got in there to drop him. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him. And I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the visiting Saints who were able to walk away with the road victory. Alvin Kamara, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting New York Giants. Ryan Tannehill, 2 touchdown passes as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. Lastly, we head to Southern California to check on the Rams at home at SoFi Stadium. And they were losers in their ball game as the visiting Buffalo Bills come in and took it to them. Josh Allen, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Broncos. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the 3rd and 4th quarters. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they did even less on the ground as they've struggled to get the run game going. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Bronco offense ready to begin this 3rd quarter play. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 24. Here's Wilson. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing is Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a 1st and goal coming up here inside the 10-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Again, Walker.
No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let him know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped him for no gain.
Myers' kick is good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
So the fumble recovery hadn't set up an ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think Coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over. Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
And this will come out to the 25 as Handler elects not to return it.
Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That good for 19 and a first down.
We know Melvin Gordon is very effective getting to the perimeter, but being a former University of Wisconsin Badger means you know how to run the ball inside and with power as well. I also like the fact that he's a weapon in the passing game. Had as many as 58 catches in a season. Throw it to him in space and look out.
Throw left side complete. That's Sutton.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Now Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener.
Now it's Wilson. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. That'll give them 8 that time, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
4th down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal.
The kick by McManus is good, and the lead grows to 14 at 24-10.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lock to the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
And they finally get to him as he's taken down.
DJ Jones.
What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
And the passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Hadn't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Now Locke, gotta have this one. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams.
Down to about the 37.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Wilson.
That's going to be caught by Judy. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Now a handoff. This is Gordon going left. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Oh, Wilson going to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Now it's Wilson. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Broncos are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience.
Block now on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
To throw again on 2nd down. Block. Flushed out right.
That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
On 1st down, Locke. This complete to Lockett.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. To throw again on 2nd down. Locke.
Returning right back to Lockett. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
To throw it is Locke.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Locke to throw for it on 4th. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive.
And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the fourth quarter.
And unable to get downhill there, so he'll take this up to about the 37.
Jordan Brooks on the tackle. Partner, that'll do it. These week one primetime games, they always seem to have a little bit more electricity, a little more anticipation, a fun one tonight, and a lot of fun ones that we have on the road ahead.
And partner, I love the word you just used there, electricity. Things were crackling out there, weren't they? And let's face it, both of these teams came in with the idea, get off to the start. Get off to a 1-0 start and get your season going. That could spark an excellent season for them. They've got that in their pocket now.
So for Denver, it'll be a happy trip home as they start the season with a road victory here on